If you think of power generation as a big happy family, then Thanksgiving dinner looks something like this. Over at the kids' table is solar power, and they just won't shut up. Ooh, tax breaks, we're the future, things like that. Nuclear power is the scary uncle who talks to himself all night. And the grandfather of power, at the head of the table, is wind power. Harnessing the wind began eons ago, and new wind innovations seem to happen constantly. And it all started with the Baron of the Breeze, the mighty windmill. Today's windmills, called wind turbines now, are sleek, aerodynamic, and made of metal or carbon fiber. They generate gigawatts of electrical power to light up cities and let you keep watching that TV. But back in the day, way before electricity, windmills served a different function. I met up with the Henry Ford's chief curator, Mark Ruther, in Greenfield Village to learn more about their history and a little bit about one of the oldest windmills in America. So windmills aren't just for decoration?
No, they're useful as decoration, but actually they're useful. They're tools.
They're not just for Dutch tourism ads?
No, I'm sure it helps, but no, they were practical. They're actually really a big machine, just one large mechanism housed in a building.
I get the wind part of windmill. I'm not sure I understand the mill part.
So what it's milling is typically grain, corn or wheat. So this is the use of wind to power machinery, actually very complex machinery.
Windmills were considered high-tech machines prior to the start of the Industrial Revolution in the late 18th century, turning wind energy into mechanical energy using huge sails to power millstones inside to grind wheat into flour, or even to pump water. It required a lot of intuitive innovation to design and construct windmills like this one, originally built in Cape Cod, Massachusetts in the late 1600s.
It has to be a very stable pedestal for something that's been deliberately placed where there's going to be a lot of wind. So there is a kind of paradox. It's got to be stable, it's got to stay put, but it's got to be in a good spot where those sails are in fact going to turn. It's actually a pretty fine example of streamlined design. They're not based on computer analysis or fluid dynamics, but based on the behavior of the wind.
Did wind power die down at one point?
Oh, absolutely. You do get this sense as the Industrial Revolution gets underway, as more is figured out about steam power, as its applications grow, that was a more controllable, usable power source, which was actually, it would free you up from having to be where there was wind or water.
300 years ago, this windmill's sails didn't automatically turn into the breeze. The operators had to manually rotate the top, or cap, into the wind's direction. That was no easy job. Holy smokes, this is one single piece of wood.
This is a tail pole. This is what you'd use to orient the sails into the wind. So the whole cap of the windmill turns, and there's the wheel at the end to support the pole.
Oh, so there's a wheel there so that in order to turn the cap...
Yep, you've got to be able to support that exactly.
And you just run, you just push it, like, right? Yep. Maybe you don't run like that.
Well,
but
you might if you're in a good mood, but yeah.
Okay, if you're giddy.
If you're slow and it's early, no, you're just going to push.
You're going to go... Even though this windmill is no longer working, it stands as a reminder that old ideas can still be great ideas. Right now, is this a new high point for
I think it is.
Wind power?
Yes, definitely. The economics are there, the technology's there, there's companies who are capable of delivering that technology, and there's a better appreciation of the benefits. So the next time you feel the wind at your back, just know it's pushing you and innovation forward.